Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I have posted in the past. If you have any video that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Over the years, I discovered that in order to make home cooking fun, it has to be spontaneous and intuitive. The best way to make home cooking enjoyable is that to be able to cook anything, anytime, or for as many people that you would like. Now, this is what my fast cooking system is designed to do. Now, this particular meal is a good example, demonstration of application of the fast cooking system under these circumstances. This morning, my wife told me that her sister and her brother-in-law is coming over for lunch. They were doing some work on the farm. And the last minute, they decided they would like to stop for lunch. And she asked me, can I put together a lunch for 4 of us? And I also remember, since my son is also at home, this would be lunch for 5 people. So I decided I'm going to put a meal together with 3 dishes. One of the dish is a dish that with shrimp and noodles. It's kind of like a Chinese chow mein dish, but I use fettuccine. The reason is that my brother-in-law loves shrimp, and my sister-in-law really enjoy noodles. So I thought that would be something fun to put together. And I also put together another dish with eggs. And again, I have them available, and it is simple to do. But the dish I like to focus on today in this video is a dish that I know that my sister-in-law really enjoy. It is a dish with chicken, broccoli, mushroom, as well as with cashew, and she loves cashew. So in order to put this meal together, the most important thing is that with my fast cooking system is advanced prepping. I have everything available on hand due to advanced prepping. So basically, all I have to do is to find what I have in the refrigerator. And of course, the next important thing is about stir frying. Now, stir frying is the most efficient cooking technique. And you can stir fry on anything that you would like. And in this case, I'm going to stir fry this particular meal on a gas stove. Well, the reason for that is that a lot of time when I do a meal like this, I always invite the guests to cook with me. And so instead of cooking over the regular stove, which I have an electric glass top stove, I have this gas stove. So I put this gas stove on the kitchen counter so we can all gather together, and let's make it more fun. And that's where home cooking can be participating, and this is what makes the fast cooking system have such versatility, and this makes it a lot of fun. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to show you how I cook this chicken and broccoli dish. Now, this dish is very fast to cook. In fact, it took only about 6 to 7 minutes. I usually coat the chicken first, as I have did in here, with cornstarch. Now, coating the chicken with cornstarch actually allow you to, first of all, to create a slight crispy texture on the surface of the chicken, and also because of the cornstarch, it protects the chicken from the heat. It makes the chicken more moist and tender, and the differences is actually quite distinct. And I find that this method really allowed me to make the chicken more interesting and more tasteful. Now, I have the chicken already prepped in advance. This is an important part of advanced prepping. Now, for anything that I have frozen in the refrigerator, and in meat, I usually prep them in advance, and I already cut them into the sizes that I want for stir frying. Now, this makes a huge difference. So in this case, you can have any meats that you want. And when I package them, I put them in a Ziploc sandwich bag. Actually, the Ziploc sandwich bag is just about the right size. I usually put about 6 to 8 ounces. And this way will allow me to use as much or as little chicken that I want. And I use chicken as a condiment rather than the main ingredients of a dish. And the reason for that is that actually not only it is from nutritional standpoint, it is great, but it also allows you to eat more vegetables, and it will make the vegetable more interesting. Now, when I take the chicken back from the supermarket, I always cut them up in advance, because this will allow me, when I'm ready to cook the chicken, I'm able to just thaw them out from the freezer, and it usually takes only about 10 minutes the way how I package them. And you can take a look at this video of how I do my advanced prepping for chicken. And the end result is that you are ready to go in less than 10 minutes. Okay, now the chicken is about probably 50% done. And I'm going to add my broccoli. Again, my broccoli, I already have it in my advanced prepping. So all I need to do is to find it in the refrigerator and I'm ready to use it. Next, I'm going to add some king oyster mushroom. Now, I pick up this king oyster mushroom in a Asian grocery store that is located in the suburb of Chicago, which I go there to shop probably about once a month. The king oyster mushroom is a really great mushroom to use. Unfortunately, usually you might not be able to find it in most grocery stores. It has a very unique texture. In fact, its texture is more firm than almost any other type of mushroom that I have in the past. And stir-frying them make them nice texture. It's almost meat-like. So it's a great substitution for meat if you don't want to use chicken. The king oyster mushroom usually take a little bit longer time to cook than most other mushroom, and that's why I add them together with the broccoli. Now, this method of cooking all the ingredients together is known as the sequential stir-frying, which I have talked about in the past. And the main thrust of this method is that you can cook multiple ingredients in the same wok. And by timing them, adding them at different times, you can cook them to different texture to exactly how you like it. So at this point, I'm just going to add a small amount of water. This will allow me to steam the vegetable to the texture that I want. Now, you don't want to add too much water because that might dilute the flavor. So as you can see here, some of the chicken cornstarch stuck to the bottom of the wok, and I used the wok spatula to dislodge them. So it's a good way both in terms of cleaning the wok as well as making a sauce. Now for this sauce, I'm going to use a little bit of this Panda Express orange sauce. Now the Panda Express well known for the orange chicken, and they make a sauce for that purpose. And I know my sister-in-law really like that sweet and sour flavor, so I'm going to use that. And then I'm also going to add the oyster sauce. As you can see, I use sauce very lightly, and the reason for that is that this will allow me to control the flavor of the dish so that the natural ingredients will represent the flavor much more significantly. And the last but not the least, I have some color bell pepper, that miniature bell pepper. And again, I have them in my advanced prepping. Now, pepper turn out to be, it's much better to store them as whole, because if you cut them up, the moisture in the pepper actually will cause them to deteriorate much faster than if you leave them the way as it is. So I usually just cut the pepper before I start doing my stir frying. But everything else in this dish are already prepped in advance. So all I need to do is to find them in the refrigerator and I am ready. Okay, so together with this dish, I start out with cooking this egg dish, which contains spinach, portobello mushroom, again a little bit of that color bell pepper for just garnish the dish. Very fast to cook, takes only about 3 to 4 minutes. And then I cook the chicken dish. This is followed by the final dish that I cook is a noodle dish. Now this noodle dish is quite unusual from the standpoint that the noodles that I use is a fettuccine noodles, and it turned out to be really great for this lo mein dish. And then I cook it with a Chinese broccoli known as gailan, as well as with shrimp, which I mentioned my brother-in-law really enjoy. Okay, so I put this meal together in about 20 to 30 minutes, and I do not have to do any planning in advance because of the fast cooking system. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine, so you can make it a viable alternative to fast and ultra-processed foods. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.